like to thank everybody for coming today. Today I'll be informing you all about climate change and global warming. Have any of you ever noticed that the Earth is getting hotter and hotter over the years, and you can't really tell why? Well, according to the environmental science book, A Global Concern, our Earth will be out of its natural resources within 30 to 40 years. And it's pretty sad to think about us not really taking care of our planet. There are over 10 billion factories in the world, and they all release sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, and methane, which are all toxic gases. And methane is in the top 50% reason for global warming. It is known to accumulate in the lower atmosphere of the Earth and release multiple heat. It makes heat. And not only do factories release it, but so do cows, humans, and cars. And it's also in kerosene, charcoal, and in feces, and whenever we pass gas. There are 7 billion people on the planet that all release gas, and there are also 988 million cows on the planet that all release gas. So that's just a lot packing up into the lower atmosphere. So according to my teacher, Leomatis Pitautas, that I took 2 environmental science classes for, with all of those animals and all of us, not only are we depleting the natural resources as well, but we're also taking part of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels take about 10 million years to recreate themselves. They never go away, but they do take a really long time. So it'll seem like they're gone. And gas, oil, stuff like that are fossil fuels. And we use all of that, we take it from the earth and put it into our factories. So with that, and then cars as well. It is a known fact from the National Ocean Association. It is a known fact that cars use up 1/10 of a liter of gas just sitting at a stoplight. And we go through a lot of stoplights. So as I said, cars release methane. So that's a lot. It's just wasteful. It's just, all the little things that we do in our daily life. As well as, these things have not only a global warming negative effect, but they also have a oceanic negative effect. So this is a coral reef. It's home to 200 species. Okay? They're very common, or they were. And this is called coral bleaching. This is what happens when a coral reef dies. So that means that all 200 of those species die with it. And coral bleaching is caused by coral releasing algae. Algae is what gives it its color, and they both, they help it on each other. Excuse me. So whenever it releases the algae goes to the surface, and that's why most of the water's green, and you see like plants green on the ocean surface. And the coral is known to stay alive for a couple days. But if it doesn't get colder in the water, then the coral will die. And so we lose all those species of animals, we lose all the species of coral as well. And that is due to the warming of water, which is pretty sad. And not only does that happen, but there's been multiple forest fires in Montana caused by global warming. The heat, it's just so hot out there. It's gone up to about 120 degrees Fahrenheit up there. While that happens, the polar ice caps are melting as well, causing a rise in the ocean depth, which causes sedimentation and tide reversal, which also affects coral reefs, and it depletes them. Excuse me. So it has been known to melt mile-thick glaciers. There's been one that's recently lost. So it's killing polar bears, Arctic foxes, seals, penguins, and it's just really negatively affecting our Earth. So a couple of ways to fix this is we could change our factories. We could change them to solar panels, we could change them to windmills, we could do tidal generators, tidal mills as well. And we could also use human power. Humans make up, 90% of the planet. Well, not, ocean-wise, land-wise, but animal-wise. And it would also solve our unemployment problem if we just, put in the extra work. And we would also cut down many of our factories, which would cut down the global warming situation. So I'd like to thank all of you for listening today, and just take that into consideration. Have a good day.
Thank you.